Kibble versus raw. Key takeaways from holistic vets. I now recommend raw diets to virtually all my clients and have seen wonderful improvements in my patients' health. I will never go back to recommending or using processed pet foods. High carbohydrate diets are the main cause of diabetes and obesity in cats, and this is completely preventable. Hey friends, it's Jess Jericho from caticles.com, here to teach you how to feed your cat better. Before we start, cats are very sensitive to dietary changes, so if you decide that you want to change your cat's food, a gradual transition is necessary. Regardless of the new food's quality, if your cat isn't eating it right now, you need to transition to it slowly. Stick with me until the end for all the facts. I've learned the hard way what kibble does to cat health. I've had 7 cats in my personal life die from serious health-related issues, ranging from dehydration, kidney failure, kidney disease, cancer, heart stroke. One of those cats was only 3.5 years old when we had to put him down. He had kidney failure. And they all ate kibble. I've also worked with over 400 cats professionally, and I've medicated many of them. All of the ones with serious health-related issues and the ones that were overweight all ate kibble as well. Let's see what's happening to the rest of the cats in the U.S. According to the Association for Pet Obesity Prevention 2019 data, 59.5% of cats are classified as overweight or obese. They also found that the majority of pet owners and veterinary professionals preferred feeding dry kibble pet food. 82% of all cat owners stated they fed dry pet food exclusively or most of the time. Raw diets, both commercial and home prepared, and homemade pet foods were never fed to over 88% of cats. Now, this may not prove that raw diets are healthier, but it certainly proves that kibble is making our cats overweight. According to Dr. Karen Becker of healthypets.mercola.com, overweight cats are at higher risk for diabetes, respiratory issues, cancer, fatty liver disease, feline lower urinary tract disease, dehydration, and shortened lives. Yikes! Let's see what other holistic veterinarians have to say. Dr. Andrea Tassi of Just Cats Naturally has had a lot of success resolving health issues in cats using raw diets. Health problems she's helped improve or completely resolve with raw diets include diabetes, asthma, lower urinary tract problems, chronic vomiting and or diarrhea, skin and ear problems, and other health issues. Very similar problems to the ones that obesity causes. Dr. Tassi says every cat will respond in their own way, but I now view real, raw, fresh food as the best medicine for my patients. Dr. Deneen Fasano of Animal Healing Solutions and Paul Roma Therapy says, I believe that high carbohydrate diets, especially dry food diets, contribute to most of the chronic diseases in cats, such as kidney disease, hyperthyroidism, diabetes, bladder disease, and inflammatory bowel disease, and many others. Give me a polydactyl thumbs up if you're with me on this one. Dr. Karen Becker says that although some animals can eat some processed foods, they aren't designed for a lifetime feeding of these foods. So you might be thinking, my cat's fine eating dry food. But the problem is that long-term feeding of kibble causes health problems. And these health issues sneak up on you. Most of the time, the damage is already done when you see clinical signs. Dr. Lisa Pearson of catinfo.org says cats do not need or benefit from any dry food in their diet. Dry food is too high in carbohydrates, which alters the blood sugar balance in many cats and contributes to obesity. So again, we're seeing that kibble leads to obesity. Dr. Elizabeth Hodgkins owns a patent in which she treats diabetic cats by switching off commercial dry food to a high-protein, moderate-fat, and low-carbohydrate diet. She states the incidence of these problems has not just declined on a raw meat diet, they have entirely disappeared. These results are too dramatic to ignore. If your baby is diabetic, please print out Dr. Hodgkin's patent, bring it to your veterinarian, and speak with your cat's doctor about a wellness plan for your cat during the transition. You'll need to adjust insulin levels based on your cat's blood glucose. You can measure this at home. Do not do this on your own. Insulin overdoses are very serious and can cause death. Now, the first 2 objections that you'll hear with a raw diet are bacteria and nutritional imbalances. And of course, these 2 objections are very serious, but they're easily preventable. Let's go to some resources. The University of Helsinki conducted a survey in 2019. A total of 16,475 households from 81 countries responded to the survey. Out of these, only 39 households, which is equal to 0.24%, reported have been contaminated by pet food, and they were also able to name the pathogen. However, the meat fed to pets had been analyzed in only 3 households, which is equal to 0.02%, identifying the same pathogen as found in the samples taken from the infected individuals. As well as the 39 households above, 24 households, 0.15%, reported a contamination from pet food without being able to name the pathogen causing the symptoms. In total, 99.6% of households feeding their pets raw food did not report any pathogens being transmitted from the raw food to humans. The time the responding households had been feeding raw food to their pets ranged from several weeks to 65 years, with 5.5 years as the mean value. So 99.6% of people all around the world do not consider raw feeding a dangerous health risk to themselves or to their pets. Another paper published by the AVMA states, although the genus Salmonella consists of more than 2,400 serovars, most human cases of salmonellosis in the U.S. are caused by 4 serovars. That's only 0.16%. It also states that poultry, meat products, and eggs are most commonly identified as food sources responsible for outbreaks of salmonellosis. However, many other foodstuffs, such as ice cream, vegetables and fruits, breakfast cereal, milk, juices, herbs, and spices, have also been vehicles of large outbreaks. Literally every type of food has been recalled for salmonella, including kibble. Feline Nutrition Foundation states, the risk from pathogens and parasites is minimal if you follow safe handling practices and if you're careful about sourcing the meat and the supplements that you use. It's the same as you would do for food that you are consuming. Now on to nutritional imbalances. A study from Science Daily News states, faced with earlier studies stating that the big predators, such as tigers, lions, and lynxes, fulfill their dietary needs by eating 1 or 2 types of prey, scientists now assure us that felines need from 5 to 7 different types of prey to fulfill their dietary needs. Feline Nutrition Foundation also states that wildcats instinctively seek out nutrients that are lacking in their diet, but indoor cats rely on us to provide all of the nutrients that they need. Raw cat food requires a variety of different protein sources, muscle meats, organs, and bones, and a balance of nutritional supplements. Plus, kibble's been recalled for nutritional imbalances as well. Toxic levels of vitamin D, deficient levels of taurine, and excessive or deficient levels of other vitamins and minerals. In addition to euthanasia drugs, deadly mold like aflatoxin, plastic choking hazards, lead, and other dangerous materials. Another problem with kibble is that most of the brands are owned by one manufacturing company. So if one brand of kibble is recalled, how do we know that other brands manufactured by the same company aren't also contaminated? If you want to learn more about transitioning your cat to raw, check out this video right over Mia. Thanks for watching!